eat your soul, and welcome back to Let's Play Mario Kart Arcade GP2.
Yeah, and this is Jack32X.
In
a
the
British guy. A British guy. I ruined your intro, and I'm sorry.
In the last episode, we did Pac-Man Cup with Mamechi, and in this episode, because I don't know if Tamagotchi actually has villains or not, we're just gonna go with the next best thing and play as Donkey Kong.
Tamagotchi's villain is the human that refuses to feed it.
Oh yeah. And as you can see here, Donkey Kong is driving...
something very slow by the looks of it.
I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Can you still see my video feed, by the way?
Yeah, it cut out like twice, but it's back now.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea what this is, but it's made of a lot of barrels. Yeah, let's just go.
Look at the acceleration now, it's 1 star. You're never gonna get off the line.
We'll see. I did it as Bowser, goddammit. If I could do it as Bowser, I can do it. Oh, speaking of Bowser, we're moving on to the Bowser Cup now. We're almost done with the game again.
Yay! And we totally haven't run out of anything to say about the game thus far.
Oh no, of course not. Anyway, we have the Boo, the Basin, and the Banana. Yeah. Run faster, goddammit! Roar!
Here we are live
Ow,
from
voice crack.
Bowser Castle. Bowser Castle plays host to this burning racing. The most talented driver is...
Of course, it just starts me off in the
Donkey Kong.
last.
What thrilling
I have
techniques
bananas in
will
my
we
trunk,
see?
apparently. Which brings up the question, why can't I use any of them when I'm actually... until I get the banana item?
Wow! Ms. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong.
You still there?
Yeah, sorry,
Is wiped
someone
out.
was laughing at me because
Ms. Pac-Man
of my
is
Slamma
falling
video.
behind. What a deadlock. Mamechi, Donkey
God,
Kong.
this thing handles like a boat on wheels!
Donkey Kong
Look how
is
big it
going
is.
on a rival car.
What the
Imagine
hell
it-
was I
imagine
thinking picking this car?
Imagine if you took like the giant mushroom with this.
Oh, good God.
It wouldn't fit the screen.
Every car is looking for their chance.
Donkey Kong.
God, the banana. Waluigi,
That was an
makes
incredibly
a perfect
appalling
match.
impression, and I'm sorry. And if you want to kill me, I live in England.
Donkey Kong, you can
What the
race
hell
Good
was
luck.
I thinking picking this vehicle?
We're never gonna win.
Probably not. Not with this, anyway.
Everyone is planning their final push.
Oh,
Donkey Kong,
jeez.
what an astonishing jump drift.
That wasn't a good
doesn't-
drift. What are you
it
talking
doesn't-
about? I hit the wall!
In one stretch.
Definitely cold. No, yeah, it's not fast and it's not turning.
The race is at the halfway mark. Donkey Kong.
Okay, that does
overtakes
slow
the
them
top driver.
down, but it doesn't have the effect that it usually does.
Which is the steering wheel, right?
Something like that. In some way or another, it'll always fuck up the steering wheel, but
Donkey Kong.
they can
How
still
quick
steer just
on
fine. They're just
solitary
really
journey.
slow from the impact.
Well, at least they react this time, unlike Mario Kart GP1, where they simply go,
Blinky.
"We are not affected by this. Goodbye."
Well, I think it might have done that in Mario Kart Arcade GP1 too, but they were a little bit more broken. How the hell am I in first?
Blinky steps on the banana. Now on
My
to the
wheels
final
are made
stretch.
of barrels! I should not be doing this good! Because, you know, barrels just have so much traction.
Rivals are left completely in the dust.
I say that and then I ram right into a wall. Oh, if I lose this on the last lap, I'm going to be so
Too
pissed.
fast. Now into the
Yeah.
final quarter.
And then I'm gonna have to, like,
Donkey Kong is in the
witness you
lead,
being pissed.
leaving the others behind.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen me when I rage.
The winner is
I've heard you when you rage.
outstanding run.
It feels like you're punching me square in the face, and I'm here.
Oh, okay then.
I'm joking.
I apparently won! Woohoo!
And in your celebration, you nearly crushed the ghost from Pac-Man.
Well, that's doing Pac-Man's job for him, huh? Donkey Kong versus Blinky, who is apparently Clyde in other continuities. Yeah, I never actually brought up the Blinky and Clyde error in this game. Apparently, this is one of the only games in the franchise as of late, or before Pac-Man Party, that doesn't suffer from the Blinky and Clyde error that was introduced in the television series.
Ah, right.
You
I have
knew
a shirt that said... Yeah, I had... Oh, sorry, my headset's just fallen off. You know, I've heard a bit about it. I got a shirt that says Inky, Binky, Pinky, and Clyde. It's funny.
Yeah.
Item battles
Apparently,
are
it
common in
caught me
Bowser's
off guard when I was
This
playing
broadcast
Pac-Man
was
World
brought to you
3
by
for a
Just
second time a few
Confetti.
months ago because I hadn't played it in like a year, and then I had started playing Mario Kart Arcade GP and got used to calling the red one Blinky, which he actually is. But then I played Pac-Man World 3 again, and I'm like, what? Clyde? What? You're Clyde?
What is this? Why didn't you tell me this?
And once again, that brings up the question, why does everyone in Pac-Man World 3 have a Brooklyn accent? Like that for some reason, that pisses me off.
Great dead heat.
Like,
Yo, dog, ghost on your trail.
Everyone except for Pac-Man himself has a Brooklyn accent. Even Pinky. Pinky sounds like Fran the nanny.
Man, this car is just so stupid.
Oh
The way you're
God.
crashing into everything.
I feel like I'm playing Twisted Metal 2.
The remake of that is actually a pretty good game, to be honest, but unfortunately it kind of faded into obscurity.
Twisted Metal Head On didn't fade into obscurity. And that wasn't
No,
a
I'm-
remake
no, no,
either. That
No,
wasn't
the PS3 one that came out recently.
Oh. That wasn't a
Yeah.
sequel to Twisted. That wasn't a remake of Twisted Metal 2 either.
No, it was just a remake of Twisted Metal.
No, that was a sequel to Twisted Metal Black.
Ah.
Donkey Kong, shortcut.
Well, it shows what I know, but still, it faded into obscurity. It was a pretty good game, though.
It faded?
Well, I don't see many people like talking about it.
Well, I know it had a lot of launch problems as far as online networking goes, but I thought it's... What the fuck?
The race is at the halfway point. Donkey Kong, look for a chance to move up.
Okay then.
Wow, a cloud with a hat on. I am just amazed.
Well, anyway, yeah, I like the new Twisted Metal, but I didn't know it, like,
Donkey Kong is
died.
dominating the top spot.
That's a shame, because the only problems it had were the launch day problems as far as networking goes, which,
Well-
David Jaffe was on that from day one, but stupid Sony wasn't helping because they were constantly putting it off.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
They essentially killed their
don't-
own game.
Probably, but don't quote me on it. I'm just saying my friends don't talk about it, so I just assume it's faded. Because I don't hear many people talking about it. It was a good game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to catch up. Now on to
But,
the
yeah, I thought you were talking about Twisted Metal Head On, which is a direct sequel to Twisted Metal 2. It is really good.
Ah, right.
You've seen that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the PSP version better than the PS2 version, just
completely in the
for the
dust.
same reason that I prefer the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure over the DX remake, because the graphics are, at least when the graphics are bad on the PSP, they're consistently bad. On the PS2, we both know it can handle better for certain things, but they just didn't bother.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Calypso's model right from the beginning of the game, and it's like, what the fuck is this? This is PSP graphics.
The winner is.
But
I
then you
wouldn't
look
say
at the cars, and they have, like,
victory.
all these little compartments that weapons can come out of all of a sudden.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that the PSP was a particularly underpowered device. I mean, don't forget, it was only running on 32 megabytes of RAM. And considering it, you pull off graphics that were nearly PS2 quality at the time.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, Twisted Metal Head On didn't take full advantage of what it could have on that system.
Oh, definitely not.
Like,
no.
you look at something like Monster Hunter on the PSP compared to
Yeah.
Twisted Metal.
had
That
all the
took
Monster
full
Hunters on
advantage
PSP.
of the hardware.
Yeah, very much so. One of my all-time favorite games out. Monster Hunter Freedom 2, and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite.
I haven't actually played Monster Hunter on the PSP, but I've seen people playing it, and it looks really good.
Yeah, it's just fantastic, especially if you've got 4 other people to play with. Because it doesn't have online, it just has LAN only, because that's sort of the Japanese way of playing it.
I wonder if you could get that working over Hamachi.
You sort of can.
Huh.
It's something called X-Link, but you need a modded PSP.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't need modding for that, I don't think. You can do that with the GameCube, too.
No, but the software itself that installs onto the PSP must be on a custom firmware device.
Oh, well, that's not a problem. My PSP is the most hacked device I own, next to the Wii.
Yeah, same here. I got an imported Japanese white model that just...
Pandora battery for the win.
Yeah, I got like a little box that turns any battery into a Pandora straight away with a click of a button. Amazing.
I have firmware where I can click a button on the PSP and transform a battery. From inside the system.
That's so cool.
I literally just have to press select, bring up the menu, and then transform my battery. And you just saw right there the banana bazooka.
Looks ridiculous.
How the hell did we get talking about Monster Hunter when we're playing Mario Kart?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, and this is that part of the course where they start dropping rock slugs on the course. I really don't know what those are. They look like slugs made of rock. Ah, Thunder Stick.
Time to beat you around the head with... Ah!
Bye, Peach. Oh, boy.
Just looks like DK is having a complete fit while driving.
But yeah, they drop more and more of those rock things on the course as you go along. I think it's a Magic Koopa doing it. Probably the only appearance of the Magic Koopa in the franchise, except was he playable in? I think he was playable in Mario Kart Wii.
I can't say for sure because I never really owned that game. I only played it once when I was drunk. So.
If it wasn't in Mario Kart Wii, it was in Mario Kart 7. Bye, Mario. I'll see you in the next Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. I wish they would actually make a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game that didn't involve miniature robot versions of Mario. Like, you know, like the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the GBA.
Yeah.
That was a legitimately good game. I really liked that. And then they just started doing the minis thing for some reason. Don't get me wrong, those are good games too, but nothing compares to the original.
No, that's true.
Like, Nintendo really needs to get off their asses and stop doing these stupid things.
The winner is Donkey Kong. Outstanding run.
And somehow you win.
Somehow. But now we gotta go through another one with those things.
Yay.
I think. I don't even remember where we are on this. Continue? Well, if we had finished, it would have invited me to the next round, or, I mean, like, the challenge game, so we got one more track left. And we may actually be able to fit the last course in this episode.
Woo!
If we can get this done quick enough. Ah, yes, there's the Magic Koopa.
Yeah.
And we have the Invisible Mushroom, which is also kind of useless. Especially considering it doesn't just affect the NPCs. If I remember correctly from Arcade GP1, you can't see you either.
Here we are live from
Castle
Wall.
Makes it real easy to drive.
Kind of reminds me of a Ghost Recon Online, which I've been playing recently, a free-to-play shooter. And they added stealth to the Recon class, obviously, because the Recon class is like stealth and surveillance and sniping. Unfortunately, because it's a third-person game, you see the character. So when you go into stealth, you'd assume, oh, you'd be able to see an outline. It wouldn't be fully stealth like most games, you know, aren't really fully stealthed, are they? Like, say, Halo 3's cloaking, you can still see someone when they're walking. Because it makes a sort of gel outline. Nope. Completely invisible to the enemy and to yourself.
Oh,
This is from most, yeah. So you don't even know what you're aiming at. You don't even know. how you're going to shoot people. And quite annoyingly, the perk lasts ages, and the enemy can't see you. I actually activated stealth and walked right into the enemy's base, unstealthed, and got about 5 kills because they didn't actually see. But I just like sort of simply strolled into their base, like, hey guys. By the way, I'm here, and then like just pull out a sniper, and that's it. It was really annoying, and that's why I stopped playing the game, because it's just a really poor system. You don't make stealth that overpowered. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Takes the shot. Hit.
Oh boy, I completely forget what I was gonna say. I'm in 5th place though, so yeah.
My charismatic words completely wiped any knowledge from your brain.
Every card is looking for their chance.
Okay, you can actually see yourself kinda in this one.
Fair enough. At least they fixed that.
Yeah.
Everyone is planning their final push. Ms. Pac-Man is wiped out by the Tox Banana Shop. Donkey Kong makes a perfect pass.
And you're first somehow.
The race is
Again.
Hey.
Donkey Kong cut through with speed. Wow!
Now you see me, now you don't.
Disappears.
Actually, I still do. Shut up!
Donkey Kong.
Now we're at that part of the Let's Play
Yeah.
again.
It's happened every goddamn episode. It even happened on the episode that never made it live when I was drunk. Somehow.
Donkey Kong.
There was a part of that episode that wasn't just bullshitting our way through the game.
I didn't even know we were playing a game. I was just sat there going, I'm talking to some guy!
Now on to
How
the
are
battle.
you today?
Is it possible to
Don't
maintain the lead?
remind me. This is why I don't drink anymore.
I've never actually met someone who forgets what happened because they got so drunk. Like, do you even remember anything from that night? Do you remember anything?
I do remember parts, but I'd just like to let you know, viewers, that I'm 20 years old, and in the United Kingdom, the legal drinking age is 18. So what I was doing was perfectly fine, and I'm not being a bad influence to everyone. I actually got a message from someone going, "You're a bad influence to the children of the world!" I'm not. I don't really care. I'm allowed to drink.
I
You know.
wouldn't give a shit either way. Fuck the children. Children are not people.
Oh god, not this again. It's
Yes,
episode
this
3
again.
Olympic.
We've gotten to that point of the episode where we need to start talking about things from other episodes to make the commentary somewhat interesting.
I'm dying. Okay,
I gotta get you a beer. Viewers, email Jack a beer in the past. Viewers
We'll
from the future, email him a beer.
We'll donate to my PayPal.
And now we're fighting Bowser.
Oh. As you do.
Because, you know, this just makes so much sense
Yeah.
in a racing game. I think this is the only appearance of the Fire Flower in this game, which is actually kind of funny. At least I think it said Fire Flower.
Wow, this is a incredible boss fight right now.
Yeah, really.
This racing game is just incredible.
I am not failing this.
Job. You still get hit.
Don't fail me, don't fail me. Oh wow, that
Last
couldn't
second
have been any closer.
Yeah, that was literally last second stuff.
That wasn't even the last second. The timer hit 0 just as I fired the shell. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's see. That's it for this episode of Mario Kart Arcade GP2 because we're not going to be able to fit the next course into this. So, in the next episode, we'll be finishing up the game with the Rainbow Cup. We'll see you then, guys.
Take care.